grew up in a village of 200 people. Before Islam Makhachev became the most dominant fighter on the planet, he was just a kid growing up in a village that most people have never heard of. And honestly, most people couldn't even find on a map. Picture this, a tiny mountain village in Dagestan, Russia, called Bershi. We're talking about a place with roughly 200 people in it. That's it, 200. That's smaller than most high school classes. Now think about what that environment actually looks like. No big gyms, no fancy training facilities, no coaches with credentials on the wall, just mountains, hard ground, and a culture where wrestling isn't a sport, it's a way of life. Every kid grows up knowing how to grapple. It's as natural as learning how to walk. And out of this tiny village of 200 people came the UFC lightweight champion and the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the entire world. Worked as a security guard. Here's a fact that will completely change how you see Islam Makhachev. Before the championship belts, before the sold-out arenas, before the highlight reels going viral, Islam Makhachev was standing outside a building checking people at the door. That's right. Before his major UFC success, Islam worked as a security guard just to keep himself financially afloat. We're talking about a man who would go on to be ranked the best fighter in the world, making sure nobody caused trouble at the entrance. The heart procedure and the doping controversy. This one is serious, and not a lot of people know about it. In December 2014, Islam Makhachev underwent a medical procedure called a radiofrequency ablation, a treatment used to fix a condition called frequent ventricular arrhythmia. In plain terms, his heart had an irregular electrical signal causing abnormal rhythms, and doctors had to go in and essentially burn the tissue causing the problem to regulate it. That alone is wild. This man had a heart procedure and kept fighting. But here's where the story gets even more complicated. The medication used around that treatment, a drug called meldonium, became a banned substance on the World Anti-Doping Agency list in 2016. And when Islam was tested that year, trace amounts of the drug were still in his system. Suddenly, a medical treatment turned into a doping accusation. The medical documentation was reviewed, and Islam Makhachev was cleared of all fault, his only professional loss. Every fighter has a moment that defines them, not when they win, but when they lose. For Islam Makhachev, that moment came on October 3rd, 2015, at UFC 192. His opponent was Adriano Martins, and in the first round, Martins landed a counter right hook that put Islam down and stopped the fight. Now here's where it gets controversial. Islam never lost consciousness. He was coherent the moment the referee stepped in, and that immediately sparked a massive debate. Was this a premature stoppage? Did the referee jump in too early? Some people called it a premature stoppage. Islam took the loss, sat with it, and completely rebuilt his game, the 16-fight win streak. What happened after that loss is one of the most remarkable runs in UFC history. Islam Makhachev went on a 16-fight winning streak. 16 in a row. In the most competitive lightweight division the UFC has ever seen. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe and leave a comment about any other fighter I should cover.